friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I have an all wax trash talk. I have been very focused on melting, particularly clams and scent shots. I also have a few baggies mixed in, but I'm gonna go ahead and start with the clams that I have melted my way through. And an uncharacteristic move, I don't have a ton from any one brand. I basically have one-offs from each of these in the categories. Let's go ahead and just jump in. As you guys know, if you've been watching my trash talks, my all wax trash talks for a little bit, I have been really focusing in on just old wax melts, even though it's very much not totally in season anymore. I still wanted to work through most of my 2018, 2019 wax melts. So the first one that I have is from Hannah's at Home. I have no idea how I came across this brand, but basically I would say this vendor is very mediocre. I wouldn't buy from them again. This was the Grandma Ruby's quilts and blankets, and the way these were packaged, you had 3 different types of scents. I don't know if it specified what they were, but they all were basically like a scent of just general bakery. They were fine, didn't last super long. I would put an entire row in at a time, which seems like a lot, but I wasn't getting a ton of scent off of these. I don't think I have any more from this vendor, but if I do, I'm sure my feelings won't change much from what they are right now. I also have some wax from Fortune Cookie Soap. This is Monkey Business. This was another iteration of their wax tarts. These were hard to get out. I find with their wax tarts packaged like this, I think it's soy wax that they use. It is super difficult to break apart. It's very soft, and I didn't feel like I was getting a ton of scent from these. I want to say this is from the last Pirates of the Caribbean movie release, so it's relatively old. I might have that wrong, but these didn't perform super well. I really think that the best version of their wax that they have right now is when they do basically a small canister that has little shapes that you can take out. That I think has been their best performing wax. I don't know if I have any more wax like this. I do have one of their scoopable jars, but I hate scooping wax. It's one of my least favorite formats for wax melting, so it's taking me a long time to use that one. One from the Bathing Garden. This was in Carrot Cake. This basically smelled like cream cheese frosting. And I will tell you, fun fact, I don't like cream cheese frosting. I don't really like cream cheese on anything other than a bagel. I'm somebody who much prefers just plain vanilla frosting. So I'm not a big carrot cake fan, but I like the scent of this quite a bit, and performance was excellent. This is relatively old, but it still held up really, really well. I think at this point, I have finished off all the Bathing Garden wax cubes that I had from their Easter collection from a few years ago, which is perfect. I've now moved on to a sampler that I had purchased. I have a lot of one-off cubes to melt, which I'm looking forward to getting through. Super Tarts making an appearance here. I have Teddy, which is Brisk Evergreens, Cardamom, Sandalwood, and Cedar. I have no idea. I feel like this is from Bob's Burgers. I've never watched Bob's Burgers. I could be totally wrong on that. It doesn't matter. The packaging no longer looks like this. I don't know where I got this from. It basically is it's going to be a very strange description, a cross between chapstick, not cherry chapstick, but just plain old sunscreen chapstick, and balsam fir. That's what I get from this. Not a scent I probably would have purchased on my own, not a scent that I would get again, but it performed just as all Super Tarts wax tends to. Very long scent throw. It lasted me a really, really long time. It took me a while to get through this one. I appreciated the scent, but not one that I'm clamoring to get more of. There's a massive one that I am very proud that I finished off. This is the Herbal Melt Frosted Cranberry and Sugared Vanilla from Swan Creek Candle. These are huge. These are arguably the biggest wax cubes I've ever used. I really enjoy the scent of this. This is basically just like it says, cranberry and vanilla scent. It smells like a body care. I really, really enjoyed this. I believe Ben's grandmother gave this to me randomly. I'd never heard of them, but I definitely would be curious to try more of their wax. I mean, their cubes, I probably could have cut these in half, but I didn't feel like it. The performance of these was stellar. It lasted an incredibly long time. We're talking maybe 10 hours per cube, and also very strong performance. It wasn't headache inducing. It might have been perhaps if I had more of a sickly sweet scent, but I really liked these, and I'd had them for a while, which is why I finally pushed myself to use them, but it was an enjoyable scent all around. Final two clams that I have. One comes from Sensationals. It's Pink Velvet, a lovely blend of sugar and vanilla. Oddly, I used to love this scent, but it just wasn't doing it for me. I've gone through multiples of this clam. I mean, it's relatively old. I feel like you can see with the look of the plastic packaging that it has aged, and also the label. I don't know if I have any more of these, but I basically allowed myself to pull it out and use it because I was like, I want to have some kind of break from all like the bakery and not really Christmassy or wintry, but just a lot of like the fall bakery scents that I had been trying to melt. So you're probably going to see in my next trash talks, I'm not quite through all of my 2019 to 2018 wax, but I'm probably gonna start to mix in more summer scents just to give myself a bit more variety. But this is a good performer. I will always feel this way, that the wax you can get at Walmart, if you're someone who's new to wax and you don't want to wait around for a shop to open up, or you don't want to buy a D-stash, like, I really believe that this has excellent wax to choose from. It's obviously great to support a small business, and these are not small businesses, but I still think you can get good wax there, and this was very enjoyable. Just, I no longer think my favorite type of scent. And then I also finished up Pink Sugar Berry. This was from Better Homes and Garden. This same thing. I used to really love this scent. It basically smells to me like a less intense version of the raspberry scent that the Body Shop puts out. They're like, I don't think it's called raspberry jam, but it smells like raspberry jam. That's what this basically smells like. Both of these used to be big hits for me, but I just think that my scent preferences have started to change a little bit. So happy to have melted through these because they were both relatively old and had good performance, but I don't know if I'd purchase them again right away. We now get to move into bags of wax that I've melted through. First is such a fail, and I'm so sad. It comes to us from She Loves Cake. It's my Dumbledore chewy oatmeal cookies and sticky marshmallow frosting. You guys, I'm devastated. This smells so good. It basically smells like sweet cinnamon and vanilla frosting. And that I love the idea of that. But when I went to melt this, it had no scent. I was heartbroken. This epic fail makes me nervous because basically most of the wax I have from 2018 left is these baggies from She Loves Cake. I purchased essentially 2 boxes pretty close to one another right before she closed. It was the Harry Potter box and the Tim Burton box. And I underestimated how much wax was in these bags. And I don't know if she was just putting a lot more in than usual because I never bought from her until right before she had closed. But I feel like these take me a while to go through, but I definitely want to work through them because a lot of the scents are super yummy. But I'm hoping that they don't all die on me because this one died and I was really sad because on cold it smells so good. I've got from Waxmosphere 7 Swans A Swimming. This was sugar cookies made with rich and creamy vanilla, frosted with mint and sprinkled lightly with coconut. This one was okay. I definitely think these are really aging fast. I don't have too many of these left, but I felt like it was a generic scent. It didn't last super long in my melter, so not one that I'd want to repurchase. I have this baggie. It's from Mandy's Candies. It's Pink Dreams. This came in like a sampler that I purchased. This was okay. It was just like a generic perfumey type of scent. Didn't really do much for me. I've got candles from the Keeping Room. It is Farmhouse Treats. I have no idea how old these wax cubes were. They came to me from a D-stash. It was just a basic bakery note, nothing really special there. And 2 from Super Tarts. I have what I believe was just a sample that I was given in Amity Island. This is definitely the most aggressive clean scent I've ever melted. It basically is, I believe, I don't know for certain, I don't know the notes in here. I believe it was like a downy mixture or like a fabric softener type scent. Not my favorite type of profile for scent notes, so wouldn't purchase this. And from the advent calendar, I had saved this for closer to the springtime because it wasn't really a winter scent to me. It was day 17, which is nectarine, vanilla, sandalwood, and pink sugar. Really yummy scent. Didn't need more than one of these. Like, I'm glad I didn't buy a clam or a bag of it, but it was a nice fruity, uplifting, almost like effervescent type of scent. Really did like it. And I don't tend to like those because they tend to pull ginger ale on me or Sprite smelling, but this held its own and didn't have that soda undercurrent to it. And to round this all off, just 2 scent shots. So I have a super old Dessa's Homespun Scents Zucchini Orange Cupcake Scent Shot. This one still had sprinkles, which she hasn't had sprinkles in a few years at this point. This was nice. It basically read to me not super orange when I had it warmed up. It basically just read as a zucchini cupcake scent. Not a bad thing, but nothing that I would want to buy on my own. I had purchased this through a D-stash, and then I got myself to use another one of the Fruit Loops sampler ones. This is Fruit Loops Blueberry Cream. It's just Fruit Loops, that's all this is. You know, these are relatively strong, but if you're someone who's not big into the Fruit Loop scent, which I am not, it definitely feels like it lasts a lot longer than you want it to. I have maybe 3 more from this little lineup that I'll slowly work my way through over the course of this summer. All right, guys, that is it for me and my all wax trash talk. I've really been enjoying getting through so much of my collection. I'm going to keep the path and hopefully have more of my older wax to show you in my next trash talk. I very much appreciate you being here and hearing my thoughts on all of these products. And I'll talk to you in my next video real soon. Bye.